yours will just put into overcurrent mode again. I got too much sunshine today. Just can't handle it. I overcurrented the solar regulator, so I just set it up on here for now on my big heatsink on test. It's working quite well. Just going to handle 1 kilowatt, no worries now. Perfect. It's charging up the batteries. 14 volts. I got to find out how to set the equalisation settings on this, program the equalisation on it. This one does it automatically. That would be a bit of a desulfate once in a while. I've also got my other solar charge controller on a quick test. I'm doing a quick test over here. Took my little sharp solar panel down. I'm going to get a put the other PWM solar charge controller on this. These are for maintaining car batteries. I've correctly connected this up. This wire is quite warm. Ooh, that's warm, that's toasty. It's not rated for 10 amps, this wire. I've got my charger connected the right way. Had it connect it directly to the batteries. But then this can't show how much power is going back into the battery. In order to make use of that function, you obviously have to connect it to this side of the shunt, so power flows through the shunt back that way, so then that can give you a reading what's going into the battery. But yeah, that's working quite well. It's not getting too hot. That's because some of that current's been wasted in this unrated cable. I've got 32 volts or 36 volts there. And on this side of the cable, it's dropping down to about 27 volts. So this cable's quite lossy because it's underrated. But it's only for a day or two. I've got some stuff coming in the post. Hopefully it'll be here by Wednesday, and I can have this all set up properly with a proper charge controller and everything. The other charge controller, the blue one I showed before, that's going to go in here. And I've got a 60 amp energy coming, which is going to go out the other 1500 watt setup out there, the veranda. It's going to go out there. Because the energy one's more dust and I think it's splash resistant. These charge controllers, these cheaper ones I've got, are not. They're all open. 7 amp, about 7 amps. This one actually read properly now because it wasn't giving me a true reading because I was charging it straight off the battery and this wasn't seeing the current going back through it. Now it's going to properly calibrate itself. 453 amp hour. These are bubbling quite nice. But I'm going to this does have an equalisation function too. I think it's on by default. Yeah, because they're flooded lead acid batteries, they're flooded type. When you cycle a bunch of times, they are like car batteries too. They're prone to get sulfation. And what equalisation does, it just desulfates a battery by intermittently and momentarily dumping 15.6 or so volts into the batteries, overvolting them, slightly boiling the electrolyte to break off the sulfation off the plates and suspend it back in the acid electrolyte. I might even make up a stand, put this up on a stand off the ground, have them up high, just so I can cover it up so my little one doesn't play with the wires. He might get ideas and short these out with a bit of metal and bloody burn himself or blow himself up, so I'm going to fix that. That's better, look at that, see, it's flashing green, showing that it's charging. I like that feature. Quite happy with this. I might even buy another one, put it me outside my mesh tray setup. I think I might. I'm thinking of grabbing another one of these. Run it outside on the mesh tray inverter. I run this inside on the panel inside in my rumpus room. I quite like this. This is cool. It shows other features which like this inverter particularly doesn't have. Very handy. They do make some nice stuff for energy. They make the most advanced off-grid solar technology you can get. That's not too expensive or not exactly crappy either. But I quite like that. That's cool. Woohoo! Toasty! I've gave my homemade jumper leads a good test. You just cannot buy decent jumper leads. They are just not rated for what you want to jump start with. Making them yourself with proper cabling and rated clips is the best way to go. It's about, I think it was about $60 worth of cable plus $20 worth of these clips. So $80, it's well worth it because this will jump start a truck. I've also put them on the MIG welder and I attempted to revive this battery with a MIG welder. Had 50 volts going through it at 250 amps. This battery got kind of sizzling inside. It did hold over 12 or 13 volts for a bit, but it died again. I did try to fix it, but that jumper lead cable, that jumper cover sure as hell handled the current to destroy this battery even further. So you just can't do that sort of thing with already pre-made jumper cables you can buy, because they're just not rated for what they say they are. There's actually, the cable's actually inside the sheathing is very thin and underrated. It's like this inside, and it's like resistance cable. You go to start a car, it doesn't bloody work. This though, I know it's guaranteed to work. It works bloody flawlessly. I even grounded it out with my workpiece, grounded this through my jumper cable and welded some thick steel. It handled the current, no worries, no hot spots. So that's the best jumper cables you can get, is ones that you can make yourself and slightly overrate whatever you're going to use it for. It's well worth it. Best jumper lead cable is one that you can make yourself. Anyway, good test for that. I've obviously, you can see here, I did some rearranging. Just for now, I blocked all this off so my little one doesn't get behind there. Over the coming months or so, I'm going to do some work, seal this shed up, put some flashing up, fix the roof, fix the back wall up, because inside here there's just a big pile of leaves from the neighbour's trees. I'm going to try and fix that before I start putting things in there. It's a bit of work to do here. But I'm quite happy with how these things have worked out. I've got me some shelving and a handle coming for this fridge, and this thing will be 100% complete. So I can clean the inside and order some paint and repaint this, and she's complete. I took the door inside of this plate off and got to the inside, took some insulation out, had to repair this because this is loose. But I'll fix that now. I might have to take this all off when I paint it anyway. But it looks flawlessly now. Very well made fridge. Anyway, I've like how this solar off-grid system has worked out. I've got to make some improvements before I hook this up and leave it on all the time. Well, I've got to set the inverter up on something, put these up high on a little table and enclose it, just so I can get to it when I need to service it, but a little one can't get his fingers or play with wires in there and short things out. Neaten that up, have this inverted up here somewhere. Going to run an earth cable outside to a stake in the ground. Once the solar stuff's all properly, for the solar panel stuff's arrived, this will be permanently set up. I won't even bolt this on the wall. Just have it up here somewhere, bolted to the wall or something. This is going to be, I'm just going to use it to run these fridges and stuff. Stuff I normally, I don't really need running because it's going to cost money to run. But I would like to keep it running anyway, just to have them going and working. Things like chargers, and I'll leave me chargers for power tools plugged in, this, leave it on all the time. Things like that. The fridges that I run those, I can leave those on all the time. I'm prepared myself pretty well if I ever get storms and a massive power outage. I'm set to go. I'm not going to have any problems should I run out of power. I got two backup systems, a 1500 watt and this one. So I just run some extension cords on the rumpus frame to my fridge inside in the freezer. And whatever else I need going, maybe some fans or something if it's hot. Then I can't have the fans going, I can just run them in here or run some cords from here to the house. This will probably run my main swampy too. The main swampy on my house is a plug-in job. It's rated just under 10 amps. So I'll be able to plug it into that swampy off that and run it, which would be cool. Anyway, my battery's just about to go flat. Thanks for watching.